Hey guys, all right, now we are on to lesson 5. Now that you've written a great blog post, you've made the title so that everybody wants to click on it. The description is awesome, makes people want to click on it even more. You have it properly categorized and you have the proper tags to it. Everything's looking great. The next step is the featured image. The featured image is super important because that's how it is going to be presented on social media and on your website. So let me show you why that matters. Featured image isn't always inside the blog post. It's actually what's on your blog page. So if we come here and we go to just the blog of this website, you can see what it looks like when there's no image. You're just looking at the words, and that's great. But if somebody's on your website looking to read this, they're not going to be really inclined to click. Additionally, if you go to social media and you put just a generic image, like just a picture of a house with a for sale sign, or maybe that's the picture here, or maybe just a picture of a house or anything like that, and that's the picture that shows up in social media, that's the picture that shows up in your website, again, it doesn't really encourage me to click through. It doesn't catch my attention. So you want something that has, number one, the title of the blog post on it, maybe a little bit of the description in there, but it has to be something that's going to get people's attention. And the difference is it looks like this. So here's my blog post on my website. These are my blog posts, and you can see even on my videos, I use an intro screen. On all of my blog posts, I have some type of picture that has the actual title of the blog post on it, and I try to make it so that it is interesting. One little tip here, if you put a dog on your blog post pictures, let's show you one, like there's one right there, there's another one right there, and there's another one. No matter what it has to do, it doesn't matter what the blog post is about, but if you put a dog in the picture, you're going to get 20% more click-throughs, just saying. So quick little tip for you. How do I make these blog posts? I like to use Canva. Canva's pretty easy. Some people like to use something else. If you're not really good in Canva or doing that, you can use just a regular image if you prefer, but having an image that has the title on it is important, and you should try to do this. It's going to be what shows up in social media. For instance, people that are scrolling on social media, they tend to scroll past the words, but when a picture shows up, they are more likely to look at it and read it, and you're likely to get more click-throughs. And that's what this is all about, guys, getting click-throughs to your blog posts. So let's make one. We're going to take this one. I'm going to go into Canva. You can use the free account. When you first log in, it should bring you right here. You should be on the templates section right there. Just create a free account. And I'm just going to type in blog graphic right here. And it's going to come up with a bunch of templates. So all I have to do is pick one that I like. So let's say, and it doesn't matter what the colors are or what the font is, you can change that. But I'm going to use this one. So if this one looks good to me, I'm going to click on customize this. And here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a title, and I'm going to go and shorten it up here because this is the name. This is going to be the name of the actual image. So now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to change that to 7. And I'm going to change that to the actual words. I'm going to change that font a little bit, make it a little bit easier to read. And now I'm going to customize it a little bit. I don't really like this orangey color, so I'm going to make it blue. And I'm going to click on this little element down here, make that the same color blue. And then I'm going to put my website down here. And grab this element and just drag it down. Now, if you're using Canva, just so you know, there have video tutorials right here. If you click on this, you can ask for video tutorials, and they can show you different video tutorials that you can use. I am going to change this background image real quick and type in a picture, ask it for a picture. And then I'm going to go ahead and drag this one. Yeah. That's good enough. Let's take this little guy right here, and we'll make him a little bit see-through. And then I'm going to make this bigger. Oop. There we go. Pretty quick, pretty easy. And once I'm done, I'm just going to click on the share button, download, and we're always going to download it in a JPEG because we do not want this to be a huge file and slow down the site. So now I'm just going to download it, save it to my computer, and then I'm going to go back here, and right over here on the right, I'm going to set the featured image. So let's set that featured image. I'm going to upload my file. Making sure that I copy the title of this. Whenever you're uploading to WordPress, always put in your alt text and descriptions, and then setting the featured image just like that. Now let's update this. Now, why is this important? Because now this is what it's going to look like on social media. So instead of it being blank, this is what people are going to see. And you can see by having an image with the actual title of the blog post on it on your social media, no matter whether it's Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you're going to get more click-throughs on this. And you can always use this. If this is for Facebook, you can resize it and tell it you want an Instagram post and copy and resize. It'll remake the same thing for Instagram. There you go. Same thing. Share, download, make it a JPEG, and save it. And if you prefer the Instagram square, you can also adjust it here too. So usually most SEO programs that you're using, whether it be Rank Math, All-in-One, Yoast, or whatever, will allow you to adjust the social media image as well. But this way you have an image that matches the title. And now when you go to your blogs and look at it here as well, it's more engaging this way. You're going to have more people click through to this than something that does not have a blog image. So there you go. That's how we do a featured image. If you have any questions, always feel free to drop us an email at support@yoursiteneedsme.com or give us a call. And our next step, we're going to talk about keywords.